Yeah, I just wanted to touch on something really quick. I mean, it's nothing about my normal videos. I talk about God a lot on my videos, and I talk about, well, Jesus. I mean, God, again, God could be anything. I mean, really, I talk about the real God, which is Jesus. Um, and I also talk some, about parental alienation too. And again, that's only to, you know, really help people out that might be going through that. But this is going to be about something more cliche, more down to earth, so to speak. It's going to be about sports because I noticed something in the sporting world or sporting community, whatever you want to call it. People want to um compare, like some people. I'm not saying everybody does, but people want to really compare everybody to Jordan. I mean, and it's usually the young people. Like first it was LeBron James, and then it was and now it's Steph Curry. I mean, look, the closest thing you're ever gonna find to Michael Jordan, in my opinion, in my era, is Kobe Bryant. And Kobe Bryant can't hold a candlestick to MJ, man. There's never gonna be another Michael Jordan. I'm telling you. I mean, Michael Jordan is just it's MJ and then everybody else. Everybody else, don't stop comparing people or players or whatever to Michael Jordan. You just can't do it. And anybody who knows better will not do that. And if you do it, it's because you just you've never seen Michael Jordan play. I'm not even a Jordan fan, but I will tell you something. Jordan is a type of dude to sit there and literally win games almost by himself. Not to say that he wasn't on some, I mean, the Bulls, I mean, dude, I mean, look, they had Pippen, they had Rodman, they had Paxson, they had, which, I mean, Paxson, I mean, this dude was like a white Derek Fisher, man. And he's actually Paxton's. Come to think of it, I'm not trying to brag or anything. I mean, really, but he actually spells his last name the same as me, so I think he might be a distant cousin or whatever, or an uncle. I don't even know, but not too many people spell their last name the same as me. If their name is Paxton, it's usually spelled Paxon. I don't care about it, man. Really, I don't care. I mean, look me up if you want to. I don't really care. As long. I mean, I'll put my name out on out on YouTube, but anybody else's I won't do that. But really, I don't care, man. I'm from Buffalo, New York. My name is James Paxson. There you go. Um, Look me up. But or you could just leave a comment and we can talk that way. I don't care, man. Really, I don't. But uh, Steph Curry, man. I mean, you can't. Michael Jordan and LeBron James. There will never be another Michael Jordan ever. Steph Curry is probably the best shooter I've ever seen. I mean, but I think Steph Curry came into the league in like '09, which makes sense because I think I saw this dude play in '05. Um, he was I think it's when Davidson went to the Sweet 16 or something. I mean, I saw this dude on TV, Steph Curry. I didn't know who Steph Curry was. I just saw some little scrawny like mixed kid or whatever, like half black, half white. And this this dude was sniping him from like way out. I'm like, who is this dude? Like every time he would shoot, swap, swap. It was like money every time, dude. Cha-ching, like every time. It was crazy. And I'm just like, this dude is gonna go to the NBA. I'm telling you. And then like, then 2005 to 2006 to 2007, 8, 9, whatever. And then like kind of like around 2010, 11, I thought about this dude. I'm like, whatever happened to that Steph Curry guy from Davidson that I was just like hitting everything in sight, man. Like he's got to be in the NBA like I mean he has to be in the NBA right now, right? I mean there's no way that this dude didn't move on to the, next level. So I Google it and he's in the NBA, but he's I don't know, he's not really like he's effective, but he's not really like But now dude's on fire, man. I mean, it took him a little while, but now he's just like I don't know. He's definitely the best shooter, but that's what he is. He's a shooter. He's not an all around player. Like you can't even uh compare him to LeBron James, and a lot of people try to do that. But I mean, LeBron James is a he's a way bigger dude than Steph Curry, man. I mean, really, LeBron James will just back right up. He'll box Curry out, man. I mean, he's a big dude, LeBron James. He's not some small dude. I mean, Curry's not small either, but Curry's not LeBron. LeBron is a house compared to Curry, man. But nobody compares to. I mean, honestly, Curry is a way better shooter than. Curry's probably the best shooter I've ever seen, at least since Reggie Miller, man. I mean, Miller take over games too. I remember I was sitting in my living room when I was younger, and Miller would just like put up, you know, like 15 points in 30 seconds or whatever it was. He did that to the Knicks twice. I think it was 9 points in 30 seconds, and then a few years later he did it again for like I think it was 12 points and maybe 30 seconds, 30 something seconds, something like that. I mean, Reggie Miller is disgusting. I mean, when he was in the NBA, I'm sure he could still shoot the rock now, but I'm saying he's not in the NBA anymore, obviously. But that's more my era. Like MJ, like when I tell you nobody compares to Michael Jordan, I mean that. Nobody compares to this dude. I mean, I've seen him play on television when he was on the in the mid '90s with like the Bulls, like Rodman, and just that whole team was crazy, man. I think Horace Grant was on that team, Rodman, Paxson, Pippen, Jordan. I mean, that team was disgusting. And they try to compare the Warriors to the 95, 96 Bulls. Well, first of all, they're in different eras. You really can't do that. I mean, you could, but you couldn't. But let's just say, just to be hypothetical about it, I'm telling you, the Bulls would drive them into the floor. Honestly, probably a sweep. I'm thinking a sweep. I mean, come on, dude, really. I mean, Pippen was probably the best defender in the league. That's actually one person who could really, I don't want to say lock down Jordan, but I mean, really, if there was one person in the league that could actually defend Jordan consistently, it would probably have to be Pippen. And that didn't work out too well because Pippen was his teammate, so I mean, you're kind of out of luck. And Curry's not a defender. Like I said, Curry's a shooter. So it's not like Curry's going to lock down Jordan. But, I mean, really, man, Jordan could do everything. That dude is just a whiz. And stop comparing these people to Jordan. Stop doing it because it's just not going to happen. There's never going to be another Michael Jordan. Just like people are trying to compare McDavid to Gretzky. Look, man, there's one Wayne Gretzky. And Wayne Gretzky, man, is like before my time, actually. I mean, really, I don't even remember ever watching that dude play. But, I mean, I've read about him and I've seen, I don't know, you could just tell just by media and stuff like that. I mean, this dude, I mean, just crazy. Gretzky is I mean, of course, I was alive when, he was playing hockey, but really, I mean, I was real small. Like, I don't remember any of that, man. I mean, by the time he got traded to the Kings, he was basically kind of over the hill anyways, kind of, sort of. And, I mean, by that time, I mean, at that point in time that happened, I was like 9 years old, man. So I don't remember Gretzky. But, what I do know is Gretzky is one of a kind. We're not talking about generational. Generational is probably McDavid. Definitely not Eichel. I can't see Eichel being a generational player. But McDavid, I would have to say, is a generational player. Let's put this into football terms. Generational player, I would probably have to say would be quarterback-wise. Generational player, like a Ben Roethlisberger. Like, he's not the best we've ever seen, but he's far from the worst. And Ben Roethlisbergers don't come around, all the time. Or like, I mean, Eli Manning he's a good quarterback, but he's more franchise. He's like a, Phillip Rivers. But Ben Roethlisberger, that dude's a house. Like, I've seen, literally, like, I've seen this guy shake off like 5 dudes at a time. Like, good luck trying to get him down to the ground. And not to mention, he's a scrambler. He can run. He's solid. Like, he doesn't get hurt that easily. He's won a Super Bowl. I mean, he's definitely one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So, I mean, I would definitely put him as a generational talent. But, that's not what Wayne Gretzky was, and that's not what Michael Jordan is or was. Those cats are called once in a lifetime, never going to see again. All you could do is wish and compare all day long, but just a bunch of wannabes, but never going to be. kind of like Tom Brady and Joe Montana. You know, really. I mean, Peyton Manning, he's definitely up there, but really, I mean, Peyton Manning is more of a, regular season quarterback. He's the best regular season quarterback you'll ever see in your whole entire life. There'll never be another Peyton Manning, but come playoff time, dude, really. I mean, I like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's been around forever, man. Really, since I was a young dude. I mean, I'm still young, but I mean, I'm not like young. Like, I mean, when Peyton Manning, came out, man, I was like fresh out of high school. So I mean, Peyton Manning's been, part of my life for a long time. I definitely have nothing against Peyton, and I'm really, really like kind of sad that he retired, because once Brady's gone, then I'm done, dude. I'm hanging it up. I don't even care about football at that point. I really, really don't. But you know, those guys are just once in a lifetime. Good luck, like you're never gonna duplicate. You can sit there and make imposters and compare and wish and all you want to, and build up the hype and say this is the next Gretzky or Jordan. Kind of like they did with McDavid and LeBron and. It's like, who's going to be the next Brady? Who's going to be the next Montana? Really? I mean, come on, dude. And like I said, I mean, Brady versus Montana, you have Montana had Rice and Rice had Montana, and Montana had that crazy team he was on, and there was no such thing as free agency, so he had chemistry offensively, defensively. Not to mention a Hall of Fame coach. Brady didn't have any of that. He had a Hall of Fame coach, but he went through coaches like water. That offensive line was shuffled in and out all the time. He always had to get used to new receivers. Come on, dude. Bill Belichick goes through players like underwear, like water, like anything I've never seen before in my whole entire life. I mean, Bill Belichick will throw people out for I don't know, missing a meeting or being late for practice. That dude is crazy. But nonetheless, that's the situation that Brady has, had to get used to. But whatever. I'm just saying, for my money, if and I'm not a gambling man. I don't do all that stuff. But, I'm just saying my money is, for my money, I'm just using that as, kind of like a phrase or whatever. I'm not being biased, but Brady, I don't know, man. Brady just has that. He just gets it done, man. That dude is a grinder. I mean, really. I mean, he picked apart the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl, basically the same defense that curb stomped Peyton Manning the year before in the Super Bowl. That was the same defense, people. Just a year later, they had everybody on that defense. I mean, who were they missing? That was basically the same team. And they just curb stomped him, man. Peyton Manning. And then Brady the next year just doom. And the Patriots were down like 10 points. What was it, going into the second half? And Brady, dude, just really, I mean, it's not like he put on a clinic or anything, but he got the job done. Like I said, that dude's a grinder, man. I mean, really. Sit there and give Bill Belichick all the credit you want to, but yeah, and I do as well. Definitely I do, but Bill Belichick is a mastermind at what he does. But you know what? I mean, Bill Belichick is still a defensive-minded coach. I mean, a defensive-minded coach is not going to turn, some sixth-round scrub into the best quarterback of all time, arguably, comparing him to Joe Montana, because you really have no other comparison for Brady unless you put him up against Montana. But like I said, look at the team Montana had. He had the best receiver of all time, really. Who did Tom Brady ever have? You can't say Wes Welker because Welker's a slot receiver. He had Randy Moss for one solid season, really. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's basically your argument right there. I mean, I'm not saying it was. I mean, but come on, dude. Jerry Rice, really. I mean, Jerry Rice is another one of those once in a lifetime guys. I mean, that 49ers team had two once in a lifetime guys you will never ever see again. Rice and Montana. And obviously, Rice. I don't think Rice would be exactly who Rice turned out to be without Montana, and vice versa. That's what you call chemistry. I mean, and Peyton Manning had Marvin Harrison, and I don't think Reggie Wayne would have the career he had if it wasn't for Peyton Manning. I mean, really, maybe he would. I don't know, but I mean, Wayne is a good receiver, but really, I mean, Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning. But like I said, even Peyton Manning is a regular season quarterback. Come the playoff time, especially if you put that dude in a